Today we are back at WeBuyCars. The budget is 50,000 Rand and we'll see what you can buy with 50k in today's used market. If you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing to support the channel. And if there's a different budget or different vehicle type that you want to see, let us know in the comments so we can make that happen. The first one is actually right here. It's a 2-liter Hyundai Tucson 2007 model. It's got 220,000 kilometers on the clock. And if you're looking for something bigger, let's say a family car, this thing is 5 seats. You can put baby chairs in the back if that's your thing, or you need a family that you can cater for. Overall, there is some paint work that needs doing, as you can see here on the side. If I can zoom in there, see if the camera will focus on that. There's a bit of work needed there, but overall I think you can do a lot worse in this price category. If you look at the back, you have a trailer as well, so if you have to meet your trailer, it's not something you need to buy extra. Yeah, 50,000 Rand, like I said, you don't expecting the world. And this is the next one under 50k. This is a 2006 Renault Clio 1.6 Expression, and it's a nice color, this blue. I must say it looks good. From an interior perspective, this is a manual. The seats looks like they've been reupholstered at some stage. Condition is really good inside. On the outside, there's some minor scratches and bumps here and there. But overall, as I mentioned, you're paying 50k. You're not expecting to get a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley for that price. And this one overall is in a decent condition. The biggest blemish, I would say, is right here and here at the front. But from an overall perspective, it's quite decent. 49,900 for this Clio. Like I said, 210,000 kilometers on the clock. Next up, we have this 1995 Mercedes C-Class. This is quite a classic, to be honest. These engines were also built very, very tough. You see 401,000 kilometers on the clock. If you weren't aware, that's further than the moon is from the Earth. So this has basically traveled all the way to the moon. Outside, the exterior is in a very good nick. You get some wheel caps with steel rims. This one is unfortunately locked, so we can't have a look inside. But not a bad buy, I guess, for 46,000. A lot of kilometers on the clock. And you get to say you're driving a Mercedes C-Class. A little bit of panel damage right there. But overall, this is in a decent nick. And then, sort of sticking with the old school theme, I guess, we have a 1993 Nissan Sentra 1.6 all the way over here. This is also an automatic, and condition on this one is slightly worse for wear. You can see whoever was driving this could have done with some parking sensors, but I guess back then it wasn't something that Nissan was fitting to vehicles. Interesting enough, I used to drive a 1990 Nissan Skyline, and you wouldn't believe it, but that 1990 model came with electrically adjustable mirrors, which I didn't know was a thing all the way back then, but it definitely was. So yeah, you can take a pick. You can get this Nissan Sentra or this Mercedes C-Class, pretty much similar price across them. Let's quickly check mileage here. $141,000 kilometers on this one. Is this Kia Picanto 1.1 automatic 2007 year model. It's got 93,000 kilometers on the clock, which is actually very little for a car that's been on the road for 17 years. It's priced at 49,900. It is in black. I know some people particularly like black cars. Insurers generally don't like black cars, but overall the condition of this vehicle is quite good. Unfortunately, steel rims with some wheel caps or plastic covers on top of it, so that's maybe not ideal. But as I mentioned, the condition for this is quite decent. If that's something you're interested in, you can get into this small car. Again, very nice for sort of city driving. Let's quickly have a look at the interior. It's actually quite decent, to be honest. Overall, the seats are in a very good condition. Steering wheel might need a cover. See, there's a bit of cracking there. And a knob for your window. But that's that. This Kia Picanto. Maybe something we need to look at some stage is hot hatches at around 150,000. Let me know if you're interested in something like that, because there's this Opel Corsa OPC right here, 106,000 or 65,000 for this one. And then I couldn't help but notice there's also this Hyundai i20N over here. And if you haven't seen the exhausts on this, it's crazy. I like the mags as well. Just look at this pipe. It's gigantic. Even the mags are quite nice. Let's see where this is priced at. Also just about 150,000. So maybe we'll do a segment like that. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing hot hatches at around 150,000. Because there's two right here that we can take a look at. Let's go hunt some more bargains under 50,000. Now this one might not look that fresh if you see it for the first time. It's clearly missing a piece of panel work here at the top. But this is a 2009 Mercedes A-Class, the 1.8 diesel. You might think, geez, it's already missing panel work, there's some scratches here. Why would we consider this for under 50,000? This is just under 50,000, by the way, 49,900. 276,000 kilometers on the clock. And to be honest, the main reason I'm looking at this is just because of city driving and fuel economy. Fuel is quite expensive nowadays. See, there's some panel work needed here at the back. Fuel is quite expensive, and these things are stupidly light on fuel. I mean, fuel efficiency is crazy with these. I think you're looking at around 5 with city driving, 5 liters per 100, that is, which is insane. So maybe something someone is interested in. It does have one steel rim here at the front for some reason. Maybe we'll need to check if there's a mag somewhere else. But yeah, another one you can get if you want to get into a Mercedes for under 50,000. Something you can clearly do. No, you cannot get this for under 50,000, guys. Don't be silly. Just found this interesting. This is a 2015 5 Series 520M Sport, and you can get this for 180,000, which I think is crazy cheap to pay for a 5 Series that's basically only 9 years old. Struggling to see what's wrong with this car. It must be under the bonnet, because on the outside, the exterior wise, it's sort of spotless. Well, I guess a little bit of damage there on the front bumper, but overall this car looks in very, very good nick. But the one we're actually looking at is this one. I mean, we can't do cars under 50,000 without finding a Corolla for you. This is a 2001 Toyota Corolla, 270,000 kilometers on the clock. Again, these cars can do a lot more Ks on one engine, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Little bit of chip marks here at the front. It seems like it had a bit of a tough life, to be honest. Could use some TLC from a owner that really appreciate the finer things. Again, here by the mirror, some damage there. But overall, not in bad shape for under 50,000. As I mentioned, these cars can do quite a lot of mileage and still be very reliable, as Toyota has got that reputation. Again, some damage here, potentially a bit of rust that would need addressing. Well, that's going to wrap up our cars under 50,000 kilometers for today. If there's anything else you'd like to see, anything specific with certain budget in mind, please let us know. There's literally hundreds of vehicles. This is just on the outside. On the inside, there's the more premium vehicles. Not sure if that's something you'd be interested in. SUVs under a certain price, or maybe Fortuners. I know those are quite popular. There's a lot of 3 Series BMWs in there as well. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. For today, we looked at a little bit lower budget, because I know times are tough, but we can always zoop that up at some stage. Look at this. You can get basically into a 2-door Mercedes for about 90,000 Rand with this SLK. But that's going to be the video for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As I mentioned, if there's anything particular you want to see, let me know. Thanks, bye.